अब क्या बताऊं किधर खो गया हूं मैं, अब क्या बताऊं किधर खो गया हूं मैं, जिधर चला कारवां उधर का हो गया हूं मैं.
Most of the things in our life before we even come are pre-written. Then where does this free will come in?
Your heartbreaks happen, setbacks happen. It is all part of your decision. 3 Indian coaches, they were my client, starting from Greg Chappell and then to Rahul Dravid and then to Gautam Gambhir now.
Extraordinary success come at a cost of your family, your relationship. Is that true?
There are people who are so poor in this life, the only thing they have is money. कुछ ख्वाब देखे इन आंखों ने, कुछ ख्वाब देखे इन आंखों ने, कुछ नींदें चुराई हैं इन रातों ने, कुछ कोशिश की है हमने भी, पर कुछ वादे किए हैं सितारों ने. People who have lost it and they are in a very difficult situation, they are stressed, they are frustrated, they are depressed, and when astrologer is telling them, oh, your worst is going to be over in few months, is a ray of hope.
Hi everyone, welcome to Stories That Matter. This is the space where we just don't talk. We hear, we feel, we heal, and we grow. Every life has a story, and sometimes we are not able to understand our own stories. And today, the guest on my show is the one who has helped many people to understand the chapters of their life, the lessons they are repeating, and the future they are working towards. From predicting presidencies to guiding personal breakthroughs, he is a storyteller of the soul and the stars. Sundeep Kochar is one of the top astrologists in India. He is also tagged as Nostradamus of India. He is a powerful life coach and something which you guys don't know, he's also a gifted poet. So let's welcome Sundeep Kochar to our show without any wait. Thank you, Sundeep, for coming in.
You're welcome, Aysha.
Before I start this show, I just want to request all of you, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe right now. What's your untold story which you would love to share with the world?
Yeah, I think, first of all, I'm married. Yeah, so it's been 26 years of my journey with astrology, and I believe everything is a part of your journey. And mostly people, they claim they choose something. I think the destination of any person is already destined. And that is how you choose something. You feel you have chosen that, but I think it is already pre-planned, pre-scripted, pre-written, pre-drafted, or predestined. So I believe in it. So I never thought of becoming an astrologer, at least. And I was a cricketer actually, and I played with Rahul Dravid and many other international players during those days.
Seriously?
And, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So never thought of, only connection with astrology was whenever I used to play our matches, I used to ask in this particular city, who is the best astrologer. So I used to go to astrologer actually, because that was my only dream in life, to play for India, represent India in cricket. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, though I was quite close at that time. I'm talking about 1994, when I left cricket. So change in circumstances, actually my father passed away, so that was one U-turn which shook everything. And then I started my own journey. In a way, I started introspecting. Why me? Because the only thing I knew in this life was cricket, and that didn't happen. So I started learning astrology, not to make it a profession, but to know about my own journey. So that is how astrology happened to me, in that way. And now I look back, so I feel, I think it was meant to be like this, because when I look at my horoscope, every individual has a horoscope, and you can at least relate to what kind of profession the person might, join in this life, make it a career out of it. So when I look at my horoscope, yeah, definitely it belongs to an astrologer who has should have a deep thinking mind and understanding human psychology, human behavior, and trying to help people plan their life. So I think I'm blessed. If I look back, Aysha, there is no regret actually. I believe because one acceptance which I have understood in this life is everything is a part of your journey. Whatever has to happen will happen. It cannot be changed actually. So when you accept it, obviously planning is needed, your hard work is needed, you need to go with the flow sometime, but you accept. If you have a better acceptance toward a situation, you feel good about it. So for me, there is no regret. If I would have played for India, I would have been a retirement long time back. So now I'm in a profession where there's no retirement. And in fact, 3 Indian coaches, national team coaches I'm talking about, they were my client, starting from Greg Chappell, and then to Rahul Dravid, and then to Gautam Gambhir now. So that is how it is. So now I'm guiding people, who are handling the entire team. So I think it is a complete circle now, and I feel I'm accomplished, and God has been kind. So I feel I'm blessed.
Yeah, God has definitely been kind to you. And, you explaining that astrology chose you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Beautiful story to start with. And I think very few people know about that, your passion towards cricket, which you left and you said in 1994. But when you were going through that journey and you had to make that, painful call of choosing or taking a different life path, what guided you at that time?
See, a good or bad thing in me is I don't believe in planning, and is unprofessional. People who are listening to me, because my job is to help people plan their life. People who are CEOs or CFOs or even the owners of the multi-dollar, maybe billion-dollar company. But and I guide them, I help them to take a decision. So that is more on the strategical point of view. But for me in life, I think everything happens for a reason, and the sooner you accept it, the destination of life is already destined, as I've said just now, then you will be at peace. So I think I just go with the flow. And I wrote a poetry which reminded me I'm a poet too. So I wrote it once that अब क्या बताऊं किधर खो गया हूं मैं, अब क्या बताऊं किधर खो गया हूं मैं, जिधर चला कारवां उधर का हो गया हूं मैं. So I believe in that, and I think that is the way one has to accept things the way they are. And obviously, as I've said earlier, you need to put your energy, your efforts. Obviously, it is needed a little bit of planning, but at the same time, if you are optimistic, you're looking at a bigger picture in everything instead of going into nitty-gritty. I think you are in a happier space, because mostly people get confused and they get stressed out because they overthink, they overplan, they try to make things complicated. So that is something you have to be aware that, okay, going with the flow is the right idea. क्योंकि माना कि मुश्किल है ज़रा सी ये ज़िंदगी, माना कि मुश्किल है ज़रा सी ये ज़िंदगी, पर ज़िंदगी ज़रा सी है, ये भी तो मुश्किल है.
Wow. Yeah, beautiful one. Sometimes we know these things back of my mind, We always know that, अच्छे के लिए हो रहा है, जो हो रहा है अच्छे के लिए हो रहा है.
Absolutely, yes.
But then at that stage when we are there, or we are going through that pain and we have to choose difficult, or we have to make difficult decisions in life, we forget all these things. All this wisdom just goes out.
Yeah, of course.
That is the time where we need someone. Maybe we need some power to guide us. Who was that guiding force, or who was there for you, holding hand for you at that particular moment in your life?
I think I had this philosophical bent of mind since beginning.
Achha.
And that is how, I accept it. Mostly I have a good area of acceptance. I try to not to put my brains into, and I just accepted whatever is happening in my life. And I just go with the flow, and I try to understand it from a different perspective, different way. So if you change your thought towards it, and if you start focusing on what is in store, then I think it makes sense. Otherwise, if you keep on cribbing, keep on complaining, and then you have a lot of regrets, and then you will be in pain, then the suffering would not be over. So I think the sooner you get rid of it by having this unprofessional, and sometimes people, they don't relate to it. As I've said, you accept it, whatever has to happen will happen. So it is quite a looks like a very shallow statement, because mostly now people are different. It is a technological driven generation. So they believe in planning, they believe in reworking on everything. But the sooner you accept it, the better it is. So I think I was not wise at that time, but because of my philosophical bent of mind that it is okay and going with the flow, then my mother, she was a pillar of strength to me, and then my younger brother, who since beginning is wiser than me in a way, he lives here. So yeah, he was good support, and then my wife supported me big time, into this. So I think everything happens for a reason. And my wife always tell me, if you would have become a cricketer, you would have got married to some movie star, so so that is how it is.
When, as you said, like destiny, it's already pre-written, then where does this free will come in?
So I always say that, I don't know if you know how to spell destiny. It is DES.
DESTINY.
So there is a tiny word attached to destiny.
Yes.
So tiny. So destiny itself says there is a lot of scope to bring some change in it. And that is here where your free will enter. So I always say 70% is fixed. And what is 70%? The destiny part. You can't choose your parents, right? You have no
Yeah.
clue where you are born in. So
Yeah.
somebody is born with surname as Gandhi or Ambani or Adani or Modi or, whoever. Sometime we feel, yeah, it is good for nothing. So it is, you can't choose anything actually. So that is one. Secondly, if you feel, mostly people now, they choose their own partner, but that also is a part of your journey. In Sanskrit, there is a word called prarabdha, the deed of the past birth. And because of that, you choose everything. It comes to you actually naturally. So now a lot of system, they believe in one life. I also believe in that. But in a way, something is connected somewhere. And that is how you come in the system. So you can't choose that. You can't choose your spouse. Even the kids who are born they are connected somewhere. And that is how it is, it happens. So if you understand that this is a part of your journey, it is 70%, which you can't change, right? Now what is 30%? The free will. Now whatever circumstances you are born in, somebody is born with a silver spoon, is still not able to do good in this life. Somebody is born in a very, very maybe poor family or struggles or whatever hardships. They tend to become better and bigger, than from their way they begin. It is your free will. So I always say it is not important from where you have come. Where you are going is in your hand. So that free will definitely counts. I believe in it. So that is the purpose of astrology, is to make you aware about your strength, your weakness, your potential, and most importantly, your timeline, because nobody knows what is going to happen tomorrow. You may understand your own psychology or whatever, but there is no supercomputer, there is no artificial intelligence. Anyways, it is artificial. Nobody can tell you what is going to happen tomorrow. So it's the only thing which can help you to understand this is a journey. And I always say taking right decision at the right time is what we call luck. And talking about artificial intelligence, I think, I gave a TED talk in a very reputed college some few months back. And I said, hi, this is Sundeep Kochar. And today I will talk about AI, not the one which is artificial. I will talk about the real AI, which is astrological intelligence. So know who you are. Understand your strength, weakness, potential, which I said, and then understand your timeline and take a decision accordingly. So that is the purpose. So coming back to your question, definitely 70% plus 30%. If you're running whatever time, if your 30% is intact, you're giving your hard work, your initiative, you're planning in the right way, your mindset is clear, you know what you are doing, then definitely, even if it is 50% of your bad phase, 50% or fixed destiny is 35%, right? I said 70. 35 plus 35% and 100% of 30% is 30%. You are always sailing at 65%, even if it is not your great time. So free will definitely matters. Though I'm an astrologer, I believe in that.
Yeah, well,
The state of mind, if you ask me. Energies you carry along. That is how I believe in. And planet affect a person actually. So what is good and bad, if you ask me? Astrologically, a planet which is ruling you, it impacts your mindset. So a negative planet or maybe a malefic planet will play with your mind. You feel, I'm lost, I'm done, nothing is happening, I don't know, I got married to a wrong person. Mostly people think that way anyways. So so it is a planet which is influencing you this way.
yeah.
But if you are an optimistic person, with the help of how, nobody, every day is not Sunday. It is not easy to smile all the time. But the people who are spiritual, people who surrender, people who believe in Almighty, people who do meditate, maybe some kind of mindfulness. Now in Europe and America they call it mindfulness, and anyways the same thing. So you are always carrying that positive energy within you, then nothing can impact you. Even the planet will come and go, it will not have an impact. So two people with the same horoscope, their outcome or their prediction may not be the same. Because it depends on, I will ask you how spiritual you are. If you will tell me I don't have time to pray, then I will say okay. And the other person will tell me, no, I start my day with a prayer. I do meditation. I believe in, thanking everything around me. It is like feeling that energy. So the person will not have any negative impact on a person. That is how it works.
Sundeep, you being into the industry of astrology from past 26 years, right? You have looked into plenty of kundalis. And what is your experience like? What understanding you got, or what kind of depth you got it after looking into so many kundalis? Like, what is the crux, or what made you realize or made you change the way you think about life?
See, that's a very good question actually, because it is not about where you are born, as I've said earlier. It is all about who you are. So who is you, that is the most important thing. कि आज मेरी खुद से मुलाकात हो गई. It's very difficult to introspect, very difficult to understand who you really are. और ये जब तक आपको नहीं पता चलेगा तब तक you will be lost, you will be vulnerable. Either you are following somebody or you are trying to create something which is not there, or maybe the time is not right, or maybe it's not meant for you. So basically you may feel lost completely. So understanding who you are is the most important thing, and that is where astrology plays a most important role. Because पूरी जिंदगी ऐसी गुजर जाती है, तमाम उम्र गुजर गई इसी गफलत में, कि भाई this is who I am, but this is not you. So एक astrologer who is a stranger, if he will be able to tell you exactly this is who you are, your strength, your weakness, your potential, your timeline, your past, your present, where you are heading, if you can understand that, your journey, that will give you a lot of strength. You understand your path. Like your way from here to your home, right? You don't know how the traffic would be. So what do? Even if you know the way, you put your GPS, right? Each and every city on this planet, now you need a GPS because of the traffic all around. So why, though you know the way? Because you understand, how long it's going to take. Or maybe there is a diversion. Maybe there, as I've said, nothing is going right, take left. So GPS is telling you exactly what you need to do. And this is what is GPS of life? Astrology. Understanding your path, understanding your journey towards your destination. Because you know the way, I know what I'm doing, don't tell me. I know where I'm going, don't tell me. Because they know it, but they don't know it actually. So when astrologer will tell you, oh, you are planning something, every box you have ticked is your networking, your finance, or your partnership, or your everything, infrastructure, everything, every box is ticked. One box which you are not aware is your time. And everything is time. If you ask me a synonym, what is astrology? I would say time. If your time is good, no matter who you are, you will get success. If your time is bad, I say pray harder, work hard and pray harder. So that is how it is. So this is the purpose. So when I look at a horoscope, I understand in few seconds, okay, this person is like this, as I say, some are wise, most are otherwise. So that is okay. But so there I make them understand, okay, this is what you are, and this is what you really want, and this is what you're looking for. But the time, maybe sometime, it is the right time for a person. I motivate them. Oh, why you are thinking this thing big? Because this is the time you may get more than what you can even think of. But what if time is not right? Again, this is my job. Though I am a motivator, I motivate people. People call me for my motivational talk as well. But I need to even discourage a person, because the timeline is not right. And I don't want anyone to take a wrong decision, because it is all about time. No matter how resourceful or how wise or how knowledgeable or how equipped you are, if your time is not right, nothing is right. And everything is time, no matter where you are. So this is how it is. Then when I look at the horoscope, first thing I look at is how happy a person is. If the person and happiness, you can only ascertain by looking at the moon. Indian astrology, which is different from Western astrology. Western astrology is based on sun sign. Like I'm from 21st March to 20th April, I'm Aries. In Indian astrology, Aries can be in any a month actually, because it is based on moon, not sun. So moon is emotion. So emotionally, if you are happy, emotionally, if the person has a good moon with no Saturn or with no other malefic planet, because Saturn moon is a person can be into some kind of shell, get affected easily. Moon Rahu is a person is always depressing, having few fears or phobias in mind. Moon Ketu makes a person very irritating and frustrating all the time. Moon Mercury person will be a thinker all the time and may become anxious also. Moon Mars can make a person really aggressive. Moon Jupiter makes a person wise. So that is how it is. Then it depends on it is a full moon or it is a new moon. That also depends on moon is weak. If moon in Scorpio, it is a new moon, you will become very emotional. For you, emotion will become a problem. So first thing is moon. So if the person has a good moon, then I know no matter what the situation is, person will be happy, and that's the best thing. As I've said, you asked me about one word. If I can define, I said I'm happy. So if you're happy, you're blessed. So if the person is happy, then no matter what. But what if the person has a negative moon? Then again, no matter what you achieve, you will be frustrating. You'll say, yeah, it's okay, but still मजा नहीं आ रहा है जिंदगी में. तो मजा तो कभी आएगा ही नहीं. पूरी जिंदगी ऐसी गुजर जाएगी. You will not be happy because you are still looking for something which is not happening. So that is how it is. Then I look at the planet Jupiter. Jupiter is a planet of wisdom, knowledge, understanding. So then the wisdom. No matter what the situation is, if you are wise, you will understand things, you will have a better acceptance, you will look things from a different perspective. I always call it bigger picture, like bird's eye view. Look everything from that angle, so that you understand that, okay, this is just such a small thing where you are not supposed to react or make it difficult. Let it be. So Jupiter gives you that kind of wisdom. So if the person has a good Jupiter, very good. Whatever it doesn't, then I tell them to be a little bit more spiritual. Because when you become spiritual, you can enhance the Jupiterian energies in your horoscope. That is how you become wise. And when you are wise, you are also blessed, because when you pray, you become spiritual, and spirituality can secure you. It is like a shield on you. So this is how energies work. So people who are spiritual, I always say, we are here, these are the planets. If you go above that, there is no influence of any planet. Though I'm an astrologer, still I'm telling you. So people who are spiritual, they don't need to go to any astrologer. Because they will have a better acceptance towards the same situation. They will have a better understanding toward their journey, and they will always look from the different, as I've said, bigger perspective, bigger picture, and they will be always happy, and they will not regret, complain, or crib, or blame anyone, because they are wise and they are happy. So these are the two most important planets. And then obviously Mars is important. Are you aggressive? Mercury is important. Are you overthinker, which makes you anxious? People who have OCDs, they have a very strong Mercury. Very good. They are in planning, communication, networking, finance, but they are very bad in their own mental peace, because their mind is always active. So you are sleeping or thinking by sleeping. No clue. So you are making your life difficult for no reason, because you are trying to find reason every single day. You get up in the morning first thing, and you start thinking about the rest of the day, or maybe crib about yesterday. So this is how strong Mercury people, they are like that. So every planet has a significance. Venus is a planet of love, happiness, joy, creativity, passion, luxury. But a negative Venus is all about lust, all about desire, and that all unfulfilled. And then you will be again complaining about this not happening, that's not happening. You were living in a rented house, now you own a house, still now you're looking, you want to buy now a villa on Jumeirah Beach, then your desire are never fading. So you keep on creeping and keep on complaining or keep on comparing, then that's what life is all about. So every planet has a role. Sun gives a person a lot of authority and pride, but the negative side is ego. So is it your self-respect, dignity, self-esteem, pride, or it is your ego? Very thin line. So people I've seen, they make things miserable just by getting affected. Their ego get affected, How dare you is what it is. So that is how it is. So every planet has a significance. Now it depends on how it is placed on your horoscope, which planet is influencing you, what time is running, and time in the sense which planet is ruling you right now. And it keep on changing with time. So the moment I look at the horoscope, and so though I took 2 minutes to explain this, but for me it takes hardly 3 to 4 seconds to understand exactly who you are, what is happening in your life, from where you are come and where you are getting. 10 seconds. You give me your horoscope for 10 seconds, and then I don't need it, because I know who you are. So that is the beauty. Absolutely, that is the beauty of astrology. In few seconds you know it all. And that is how I say, even though you haven't asked me this, but I'm just relating it to a relationship. Relationship is going out of the window. Aysha.
Out the window.
So people, they reach me when we are separated. Sundeep ji, now tell me when the divorce will happen. So I tell them, you should have come to me before getting married. I should have clearly told you, the person whom you feel is Shah Rukh Khan actually is an Anna Patekar.
Okay.
Or whom you found a Kajol is not the Kajol you thought of. So this is how it is. It is premarital counseling, because love is blind, so you don't know, and there's no arranged marriage happening anymore. Even if it is coming from any matrimony side, or some relative is suggesting you, or you found someone sitting next to you on the flight, everything is love. When you you are fond of somebody, when you talk, now girls say, Dad, I need to know him first, then only I will say yes. Or even a boy. So in the process of knowing each other, they start liking. There is a fondness. That is how every arranged marriage is getting converted into love marriage. So, but as I've said, love is blind. So when you go to astrology, it's not about matchmaking, how many points are matching out of 36. That doesn't matter actually. The more important is married life. Then the psychology of the person, how difficult or complicated or emotional or aggressive or introvert the person is, and the timeline. Because today the person is happy. After marriage, there is a bad phase going on, maybe 1 year or 1.5, whatever. You don't know, and then you will blame, or you are a different person. You have changed. You are cribbing on everything. You are complaining on everything. So this is how it. So when you know it in advance, then you will accept it. Okay, yeah. Then you have a choice whether to go ahead with the person whom you found as a soul soulmate,
Yeah.
or at least even if you are deeply in love, then handle that person or bring a change in you to handle that person in the right way. That is a premarital counseling, which definitely is needed in before getting married.
I think that's a brilliant idea to roll out, that these kind of pointers should be looked in before they hook with each other.
Absolutely, because you should know a person much in advance, and that is how it is. But as I say, destiny. I tease my wife. I say, मुझे तब astrology नहीं आती थी, वरना.
So it's a love marriage or arranged marriage?
No, it was definitely arranged marriage. That's the reason I'm behaving this way. Yeah. I'm not supposed to talk at home, so I'm talking here.
Yeah.
Just joking.
In the journey where people are searching for their partners, do you have any specific red flags they should look out for?
The most, I think, visible red flags with nobody sees is the looks of a person. If the person is extremely beautiful or handsome, that's the first red flag, because looks can be deceptive. I've seen most of the time, it is like that. So don't get mesmerized with that. Look at the inner side of the person, the real person. How caring the person is, how kind, how responsible a person is, as a husband or as a wife, whoever.
Yeah.
So this is the most important thing. So I think mostly people get, as I say, don't judge a book by the cover. So this is exactly the case. So later on you regret. So I think understanding each other is definitely, now even the things have changed. In most of the countries now, they are even talking about live-in relationship, though it is not allowed, I guess, here. But I'm just saying that. So even in spite of that, it is not happening. It is not working. This marriage is an institution. You go to kindergarten first. So it is a process. If you are there, been there, done that, there's no bonding left. There is no craze left. There is no charm left to it. And then because there is no sense of responsibility towards each other, because there is no agreement in that sense. You're not married, so you will not feel it. Once you are married to a person, then you will accept it. That it is now, no matter who the person is, this is your responsibility. And then maybe in a couple of years, when you become a parent, then for the sake of children, you take it again as a responsibility. So a lot of marriages survive, Aysha, even if they are two opposite people, they live together for the rest of their lives because of the children also. They started behaving differently, understanding each other for the sake of children, that children should not get an impression, that they are raised in a bad environment. But not everyone is doing that, and that's the reason it is a different species now, and that's the reason marriages are not lasting. Say the bond is forever, that's not happening.
So what it takes for a good marriage then?
Acceptance. So see, that is what I say. If your journey of life is already distant, then you accept it. That is how it is. If you put your brains into it, I have a choice. See, this is not a car you have bought, right? Or you will upgrade, or you want another one. It is something, a person, a human being associated with you for the rest of his or her life. So it's not only women, even men. If you get, no matter how modern you are or living in a different part of the universe, this stigma of it being a divorce is quite prominent. Still it is. So once you go through the process, I'm not saying people are getting married even third time, but then you always compare. Then you feel, the first one was better than the third one. So that I've seen it all actually. So that is how it is. So when you have a better acceptance towards a person, this is what is supposed to be, then you will just go with that. This is how it is. When you look for options, that is here the problem comes. And that is how, even when people are drifting away and finding solace outside here and there, that is how, because they are comparing. So whenever there is a choice, I always say, whenever you have a choice in life, that is how you will be in a situation. When you have no choice left, that is how you will prosper and do better. So focus in what you have, the core.
Some people say that when dasha changes or when planetary shifts happen, it does influence you at emotional level, your thought level, and it also affects your confidence and your relationships. Is that true?
Absolutely. Even I said it, when we started, that what really changes is the dasha. Dasha is a state of mind. So when the planet change, it start impacting you. Like somebody is running a particular time, like the sequence of dashas. If you begin with sun, is sun 6 years, and moon 7 years, 10 years, then Mars come for 7 years, then 18 years of Rahu, then 16 years of Jupiter, then 19 years of Saturn, then 17 years of Mercury, and then after that Ketu takes over for 7 years, and 20 years of Venus take over. Then that is how it is the last. So if you total it is 108 120 that way. So what I'm saying is, it is one planet after another. It comes, like this. And when the planet changes, like I will give you one example. If the person is running moon phase, the person is warm, kind, caring, sensitive, emotional, family is important. Just immediately after 10 years of moon, Mars started ruling a person. So Mars is a planet of energy, authority, initiative, aggression. So you become too particular about your own path. Then you start venturing out, you start taking risk, and then you are in that particular grind. And that also Mars make you impatient. And when there is some delay happening, you have no patience, you react, you spoil your relationship, you become more aggressive when you react. So it is frustration, irritation, delay make you frustrated, and that is how it get transferred into aggression. So aggression is a mix of lot of things, right? Dissatisfaction including. So you become aggressive, and when you become aggressive, when you say something, you keep on claiming, I never meant that, but it doesn't matter. Once you break a glass, you can't fix it every time. So this is how it is. So I think the planet which changes in your horoscope, it changes your mindset, your behavior, your approach, your relationship, get affected with your behavior. So the synonym, as I've said earlier, it is time, and another synonym for astrology is your behavior. Your mindset changes with the change of time. So when astrologer will tell you, okay, this is going to now start in your life, you may get hurt for a small little reason, you may react for no reason. That is how you are aware, and when you are aware, you are well equipped, because knowledge is power. You understand, okay, this is going to happen. Okay, let me have a check on it. Let me become, little bit spiritual. Let me start doing meditation, because then that is how I said you will be able to control all your emotional imbalances, and you will be in a happy space. And that is how you will not be affected by otherwise compared to any other person who is not into spirituality at all. This is a major difference actually.
Do you think like when these planets change, is there any there's a purpose why they come into your chart?
This is a journey of your life, and the day you're born, you are decided with everything, as I've said earlier. So, but another side is, there are two sides to it. One is you are going for a class, like in your school, and you're not learning anything.
Yeah.
Then you're wasting it. So when you are too adamant in your own thinking, don't teach me, I know it all, as I've said, then you are mental. There is a mental block here, and you're not letting anything, the learning is not happening in your case. Another thing is, the other side is, so it depends on individual first. Secondly, when you go with the process, then you understand why it is happening, how it is happening, and then, as I've said, you meet for everything for a reason or a season. So you learn. Your heartbreaks happens, setbacks happen, it is all a learning process actually. It is all part of your destiny, and as I've said, it cannot be changed. It can be, you can understand it, know it, you can majorly accept it. That is how you can avoid it, but you can't change the pattern. So you have to, so if you want to become graduate in the university of life, you have to start from kindergarten. There is no second thought about it. So every learning, it will help you to evolve, and you grow, and then you will graduate someday, ideally. But I've seen also that with age and time, normally ideally we are supposed to grow up and grow wise, but ideally. So I meet 60 years old kids every day. They never change, they never grew up, they never realize, and they remain the same. And that is how my favorite statement is, destiny is fixed, no one can change, but a change is changed when you change. And I wrote a poetry on it कि अब क्या इंतज़ार करें सितारों के बदलने का. You're waiting for your planets to be changed. तो अब क्या इंतज़ार करें सितारों के बदलने का, जब तुम नहीं बदले तो तकदीर क्या बदलेगी. To bring that change according to you, that is the reason. It is a learning, it is a lesson in your life. Understand it. You are growing, you're going to the next level in your journey on your university or college of your life, and that is how you grew. You become wiser. That is how you become a better version of yourself.
Beautiful. So there's always a reason for these planets to come into your chart. There is a reason for them to evolve, to learn, or maybe their reason is to break their karmic patterns. Yes, my time is difficult. Maybe there's something to learn. Maybe I have to break some cycles, generational cycles. I have to break the karmic patterns. Maybe there's something to learn and grow. And that's how you graduate into that university of life.
Absolutely. Astrology, for astrology, I wrote it once कि कुछ ख्वाब देखे इन आँखों ने, कुछ ख्वाब देखे इन आँखों ने, कुछ नींदें चुराई हैं इन रातों ने, कुछ ख्वाब देखे इन आँखों ने, कुछ नींदें चुराई इन रातों ने, कुछ कोशिश की है हमने भी, पर कुछ वादे किए हैं सितारों ने. So when the stars are ruling, controlling in a way, in some manner, so sometimes even if you want, you can't do it, because it is all about timing. So when you know it, then you are better equipped, as I said, GPS of life. That is astrology.
True. GPS of life.
So
That's how you'll define astrology. as
Absolutely. So
GPS of
GPS
life.
will never build a new bypass or a highway or a flyover for you, but it will help you to understand, navigate your journey. Which is a shortest one, or which has better road, or with no traffic jam and whatever. So that is how astrology is.
That's a beautiful line to close up on our episode. It's all about graduating the life from level 1, level 2, and to the final level, which is all about evolving. So yeah, thanks coming to my show and just sharing the beautiful wisdom behind astrology, which you call as the
GPS of life.
Thank you.
You're
so
welcome
much.
for having me, and I must say that initiative is important, courage is important, and I wrote it once कि सोचा बहुत कुछ मैंने और मिला बहुत है. सोचा बहुत कुछ मैंने और मिला बहुत है, जो था मगर किसी और का उसका गिला बहुत है. कुछ दर्द छुपाए मैंने उसका सिला बहुत है, गुजर रही है जिंदगी मगर हौसला बहुत है. So if you have that confidence in you, and if you have that belief in you and in Almighty, that is how you will sail through no matter what.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Aysha, for having me, and I wish you all the very best. And I'm glad to see you, and you
Same
keep
here.
doing your good things and the stories which really matter. You create that one after another, and so that your viewers should get some meaningful thought, and they can also evolve and grow and graduate in their own journey of life.
True. Your presence made me realize how important it is to respect the time and just be happy in the moment and go with the flow. And that's how the life should be, irrespective of whatever we are going in our life. If we have that element of happiness, or we are in that blissful state, I think it makes our journey quite easy, with the support of meditation, which is going to be the mantra of my listeners for 2026.
Amazing.
They're going to start their meditation journey if they are not on that journey. But if you are, then you are in good hands.
Absolutely. And I think the mantra for 2026 can be, जो खुश है वही खुश नसीब है. If you're happy, you are blessed.
Yeah. Thank you for coming to my show.
You're welcome. Welcome, Aysha. Thanks for having me. Wish you all the best, and God bless.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.